Now we are going to discuss about how we create the org structure. So this is a T code that you will be using to create an org structure, which is PPOCE. So this is very important, and we'll see it in details about in the system. Then there's another structure. If you notice here, this is the org structure ABC, and this is the person who is the manager. So when you have a hat of red, so that means he's the manager. The others, this org structure reports, this company reports to this org structure. We'll show you in details about what is this. Okay, so this is create org structure T code. The next one is to display the org structure, because lots of time you will not have the authorization to create org structure. You can display it. There's some sensitive information, like with the GDPR process, where there's sensitivity on the privacy information. SAP has to adhere to it. So authorization will be a very important thing that SAP security team will need to adhere to it. Okay, so then the next one is PPOSW. As I said, workflow is heavily, the agent part is heavily dependent on SAP HR, because they send to a user ID. So most of the time, the user ID is associated with the position, with a personal number and a position, and then the position reports back to the argument. So these are very important. So what SAP did, they created a separate transaction for workflow also, which we will discuss. And then you have this another one, PPOS underscore old. This is old, but it has some stuff. We'll discuss all these things in details in the system now. And then you have this one, PPOS underscore old. You can see this stuff. You can see the organization plan and other stuff. Then you have this org display attributes, so where you can see the attributes of different org units. So we will again discuss these things. So these are very important transactions that we are going to cover in the system. So let's not waste time, and we just log into the system and we'll see how it will work. Okay, so we'll log into the system, and let me do one thing. This is already logged out, which is good. Okay, so we'll log in. This is my user ID password. You don't need to do if you have single sign-on. Okay, so here I'm in the system. Okay, it opens up. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, this is the transaction. First we will discuss PPOC. So here, if you see, it's opening. So it says create organization and staffing. So from here, first you have to give the root org object. Okay, since we are creating a root object, what we are going to do, so by default it picks up today's date till 99999. I don't believe SAP will be there for around 99999, because I may be wrong, but we will not be there for sure. Okay, so here by default it's like this, but you can change it. Generally it's always default, because no one knows. So here we just click create. Okay, once we click create, and here, so what you can do now, here you can put a name. Okay, so organization unit, you can say, so suppose the company name is, suppose what company name we can say. Now we can say the company name is Argadeep's company. Okay, so it's Argadeep, and the IT future, suppose this is the IT future HR company. Okay, that's the name. So we have created this. If you see, click created, click, and you see this is the argument. So here you can see these things are there. And now what we are going to do is, we are going to create a assignment. Okay, so first here, from here you can click on all these buttons, but we will just click the assignment. Okay, so let's see. So here, click the assignment. No object was chosen. First you have to choose this. Sorry. So we click here, So again, this is a very good thing. I made a mistake and you will also make this mistake. So you have to click on it and then you click on this. Okay. Now here is, you can say, you can put another argument or you can put a position. Okay. Let's put, first we'll put another argument. So this is the CEO of the, this is the CEO argument. So what we can do is, suppose we put finance. Okay. And we can put, let's see, can we add multiple stuff? We can put uh, finance, we can put sales, we can put operation, we can put this. So now let's click create. So let's see whether it creates. So if you see, now we have 4 organic under this. Okay. So this is perfect for us. Now what we did is, now here we can, if you see, we can add account assignment. So here is the account assignment. You can put an account assignment. So you can put a master cost center. So we put a master cost center here. Okay. So just put, we're just searching. We don't have anything. But let's see. Just say, just pick one. So it's trying to save. Now there can be issues with the controlling area, but we'll see. So it's saving, it's circling. So, but here in the meantime, you can see we could assign multiple org unit at one go. So probably we can assign multiple position at one go. Okay, so that's very useful. And here if you see, this also has a date. So here it's unlimited, but if you want to put a date like, oh, this should be assigned till the next year or till the next decade, it's up to you. You can always change it, but you cannot do things in the past, otherwise the audit goes haywire. So that's very important. So let's see, this is this is running for some time. So in the meantime, can I do something? I can create a new session and go to PPOSC, and we'll try to see whether our organic is, this is the old one that we had it. Okay, it's still searching. So we'll do, find my organic, search term, and see. Right? May not find because probably it didn't get saved here. So let's see. Okay, this is slow. So let's do one thing. Let me churn this. Stop this. It's taking forever. Okay. Okay. Let me create a new session and we'll do the same thing. Probably we will do it in a different way. So what we'll do, we go to PPOC. Okay. Now we create a new one. This is the org structure we created. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to change it. We'll put Pragadeep and we'll put the company name IT Future HR company. We'll save it. Okay. So now let's close this. Too many sessions. This one is too many. Okay. Your data has been saved. Very important. Now we are going to add some uh, the org unit. So let's see, we can, if you want, here we can select this org unit. So what we will do is, let's not yeah, let's add another org unit, all the org units we want. And now here we click enter, and now we'll get the list. Okay, so we'll put finance, we'll put marketing, and we'll put bank account, we'll put cash, uh, let's put a bunch. We can put sales, we can put the plant, you can put some purchase organization, you can put operations. That's what you need. Okay, now what we got, okay, cannot be assigned to object in the period. Okay, so they're saying these have different periods. If you think, that's why it's giving errors. Okay, so now here if you see this one, you can always click on this. Okay, so if I click on this, it has some managers and all those things. Now here, if I go here and if I click on this delimit uh, assignment, here I can delimit. Okay, delimit date or all those things we can do. Okay, so if you say delimit date, we'll put, suppose probably in the future, I will put 2029. Okay, so or 2090, sorry. So was delimited. So here if you see, this is the delimited, so this is assigned until this. So this is the button to do the delimitation. Okay, now here you'll see some have drop down, some doesn't have. So here you see there's another org unit assigned. Here you can see there's a bunch of users assigned, okay, bunch of positions assigned and all those things. Now after this, here you have different, let's go to this position, and here you can see you have different account assignments. So here you will put the cost center. I'm not putting a cost center because there's some issues with the cost center configuration here. Now here you can see the org data. Okay, so here you can see this is the org data, this is the number, and here this is the different address. Here you can put the address. So here we'll put the address as, this is the, suppose this is the address 111 Manhattan. Okay, and we'll put the city is, suppose, New York. Okay, New York City, and the country is US. The region is, suppose, NY, and I save it. Okay, and so I have the address created. Okay, and here you can see select the cost distribution, the cost center, and all those things. These are very important stuff which you can do. And then you have different work schedules. Okay, here you can different the work schedules group. Okay, so here you can see what are the hourly paid employees, salaried employees, and all those things you can do. Then you have quota planning. Okay, so quota planning is something, um, it's something related with where you can get, let me see, I you don't have drop down, so it's something related with the current. So then you have budget planning, then you have, let me see, you can put budgets here, and let me see how many things are there. Then you have tasks. Okay, so you can create task assignment and all those things. So these are pretty useful stuff. Now what we'll do is we'll create some position assigned. Okay, so here we will see, we will put incorporate, and we'll put enter, and we'll try to add some positions. Okay, so here we see CEO, we have a CFO. No, we'll put CEO here. We'll just only put CEO here. Okay, so now we'll see the CEO will come here. This is the CEO. So how we can make it as the chief. So in order to make a person chief, you go here, and here you can say he is staffing, and he can mention him as the chief. Okay, so staffing status, and if I click on function F1, indicator for staff position, apply staff to position to an argument. Okay, staffing status. Wait, you can see position chief of executive officer. Wait, let me see this one, because this has a hat, head of the honor. So yeah, so for some reason this doesn't have this flag setup. So that's a problem. Let's do one thing. We'll create and we'll put a different position and we'll see. Probably he's assigned to something. So I'll do head of department. This person is the chief. Okay. So head of our unit, and here this person is there, not assigned. Okay. And chief of our unit. So we click on this. What we can do is probably we can use this guy here. Can I add this guy here? 139. Let's see. So that would be, so for some reason I cannot change this person. So this has a person already. So he has a qualification, and why I cannot change it as a head of the argument. We can see save it. Your data has been saved, so it doesn't have okay, so this is okay. Now here if we see this person, I'll add another position here, and we'll show you what is it different. So we'll see here, we'll put the vice president here, and here if I go here, you have the vice president here. So here if I click on the head on and I save it now. Okay, now if I click on this, doesn't have, but this have. So job, what's the difference between this and this? Okay, let's make it save. Here we'll save it. Now what we are going to do is you click here, and we did the vacancy open. This is still okay. Probably this is the trick. We don't put staff. uh, okay, let's put this. Let's save. Okay, so here, so for some reason we cannot set this one chief org unit. So here, but we have a manager set. So whenever you set it up as a manager, you have this thing as a hat. Okay, with a hat. So he's the chief of the org unit. Now here, if you double click on this, we will make this person as the head of this org unit. Okay, and we will see. Now you might say what you are doing here. We'll show you what we actually doing. We'll make this head as the org unit also of this. And now what we are going to do, we'll try to click on activate, and we'll click on this, and we'll see. We'll try another time to make someone chief. Okay, so let's see who is the guy who can be the chief. Senior manager, probably. Never know. Okay, senior manager. You see this? We did it. So we made it. He's the head of the org. Okay. So now you might say what we are doing. We'll show you. So what happens is all these people, and here we'll assign some people also, because, and you can assign different org units. So if you see, it's here, it's all it's only one level up, right? See, you see. So you have this main org unit, and this reports, and all this org unit reports to this. So what we are going to do, we'll not keep some org unit empty, we'll add some positions. We'll just pick some random positions and we'll see how it works. Okay, this position here. Okay, so this person is a manager also, and we'll put, oops, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, here this bank account, and we'll put this one. Let's click on this. We can take a bunch, make it pretty. So here we have all these persons, and one of these, this one will make him as a manager. Hmm. So now, once this is changed, whenever I make this head of org unit, you see this changes. Okay. Now here you can see the other stuffs are there. There is the account assignment, you have addresses, you have the cost distribution, okay, the work schedule, and what is this IT 1653, something related with budget chapter, and you can assign different tasks to it. Okay, so this is what is now what we show is we created this wonderful thing. Now we will see what we just did with the chief of the argument. Okay, now we are going to go to a particular transaction, PFAC underscore DIS. This is a standard transaction that is used, and SAP has created a bunch of these standard code that will tell you who reports to whom. So here what you have to do is, if you see, it's superior chief position. So what we will be doing here, we'll be populating here where, just notice it, we'll populate this position 5, bunch of zeros, 381. Okay, put 5, bunch of zeros, and we put 381, and we put the org type is S for position, and you see it reports to this manager 377. Now what we are going to do is we are going to copy this, and we are going to populate this, and now it reports to 139. You see, it's going up the chain, up the chain. That's very important. Now we'll just try to do for something like, suppose we'll do for 353. If you notice, 353 is here for cash, and we'll just do this for 353, and it would be the same person 139. You see, is reporting to the CEO of this. Now we can see this one 359. Let's put 359. Let's change it now a little. So let's find this one 387. Okay, so the number below changes, so we put 387, and you see 384, it reports to 384. It's finding the person, the the, the superior. Okay, now what happens is, basically, if there is no superior here, it goes up the chain and finds the superior in the top. You have to understand that fact. So if I go 384, and here, if you see, it goes to here. Now what we can do, we can see some here, the same thing. You have a bunch of this. I want to see some. See this one 368, it doesn't have any chief. That's why the chief will show as 139. Okay, so we'll put 368. Okay, and you see it comes as 139. So this is what is org structure. This is the chief message, where you have to mention, you have to maintain the chief of the org structure, and then you have the reporting structure already created. This is very important. Once you understand this process, it's your life is much easier. Okay, but if you don't understand, it becomes difficult. So now next question is, can you put multiple chief position? I think you can put. Let's see whether we can do something like that or not. Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, you can put multiple chief. org structure also. So if you see now what will happen, now you might say, why you want multiple chief here? You work for a company and one person is responsible for your as a people manager, another person is a project manager. So one may be approving your time, the other may be doing your appraisal. It may sound crazy, but it happens all the time. So if I put 379, so let's put 379. I go here and I put 379 here and I put S. Now I open here, I bring it here. You see, it has two now, 377, 378. So you can do whatever you want. It's very, very nice, and and here, if at some point I think you can mention the percentage. You see the stuff. You click, you can create the percentage of the assignment and all those things. So lots of times when I gave you an example where a certain position is held by multiple users with the different levels, let's do that thing also. So we'll be assigning a particular, so we'll be assigning a holder. Okay, so a holder can be, so business partners is important in S4 HANA. It's very important. Now this is an S4 HANA system, but I'll show with the person. So generally it's a person we put. Okay, so we'll put some person ID. We don't have much, but still, we'll see. Now here, if you see, we can say action, transfer. You say, we can put this. Now we have this person. Okay, now this is assigned to this, and sorry, here you see the assignment is 100%. Now if I try to assign another person, see, or I try to assign a user, don't want to mess it up. So here I'm putting a user. Click on user and I put student this plus I put 2 3, enter. So here if you see everything is 100%. Can I change this assignment? There is a way you can change this assignment. So let's click on this, and here. Didn't it change? See, here you can do the change percentage. That's what I was talking about. In SAP, when you get stuck, you just need to double click, do something, right click, double click. So here you can see, you can change the percentage. So I will put the percentage as this one as 30, and I'm left with 30 more. So I'll put this as 20. Okay, so I'm just, so why you are doing it, because it's based on this particular position is held by multiple people and they do the job together. you know it's like an FTE. Sometimes this company have, oh, 2 5 resource, you will be working on this for 2 hours in a day, so something like that. Okay, so here we can change the percentage. So here we'll click the percentage and we'll make it pretty, and we'll make it all 100. Okay, so if I now double click on it, see, it adds up to 100%. So this is very important. Okay, now we save it. So again, you have to save every time you are doing this. So this is something that, this is how you create the org structure. Okay, now let's try to add a business partner. Okay, so let's see. You have a bunch of business partner. Let's put this one. So we added a business partner here. Okay. So this is very important. So what we did is, in this portion we created an org unit, then we assigned a bunch of other org units. So if I want to see, and suppose you are stuck here and you want to go up the chain, you can go up and it will take you to that arc structure and all those things. It's pretty nice. So if you suppose I go here, you click on this, it should, so you see in the view there are no objects associated with the current start object. So here, so we created this arc unit, and then we added a bunch of users, and then we created other org units that was reporting to it. We found out how to assign chief org unit, how we found out how to assign multiple positions to a single org unit. We checked how we can add multiple person, multiple business partner to a particular position and change their percentage. So we learned a bunch of stuff, and then we checked how to do the chief of the org unit to find who is the manager and all those things. So it was so very very simple stuff, but very very important. Okay, so this is everything on this transaction code. Now we are going to check the other transaction codes. So let's go here. We'll go into the PowerPoint and we'll see it's now PPOSE. So the same thing but in display mode. What we are going to do is we'll keep these things remembering. So PPOSE. So I go in PPOSE, and here how can I search an org structure? So I think you can do like this: search terms dot. So search term, we just press enter. We'll try to find our thing. Okay, so here is the thing: IT future HR company, and here you can see all the things. Now this is display. You can always click to change. It depends upon your authorization. Okay, so from here you can see all the org structures, these org structures that we created. Okay, now here what we can do, we have enabled all the fields. Sometimes these fields are not enabled, you have to enable it. Okay, and here I think you can line supervisor. Let's see, what is this? So let's put this one. So yeah, there's stuffs that you can do here, and if you click on the expand node, it will do all these things, fancy stuff. Okay, now here this is different. Now here you can search with position, you can search with um, business partner, and here you can see mm, you can see object history. I don't know what it really shows. So let's see, large small list. I don't know what is this object history for. Doesn't show anything. So okay, so this is the transaction PPOAC, which you will have probably. Now this is another important thing: you can create search variant. Okay, so let's see. The search variant, suppose you want to find star, and you click on this, and you click on this, you test, you click test. Okay. And now what happens is I go here, PPOSC, and so it populates this value by default. That's nice. So this is nice for search variant. So you can create your own search variant, so that every time you don't have to. enter the same information. This is like a personal list. So that's everything on this PPOAZ transaction. Then the next one is, let's go to the PowerPoint. The next transaction was PPOSW. So that's related with workflow. So we can go here, OSW, okay. And here you can see it's the same thing, okay, but you have something called workflow template. Now, in the workflow template, what you can do is you can find all the workflow templates here. Okay, it's a very fancy way. Okay, and you can see GOS object or position. So this is something new. So these are stuffs that it's a workflow template. It doesn't give you the template number. So let's see this one. These are obsolete. So let's see. There's some oops, there's some template numbers. So these are all the workflow templates you have, and the pseudo task. Let's double click on one. Does it anything? It doesn't take you to the workflow builder. But these are different workflow templates that has been designed. So framework workflow. So if you see here details for workflow template. So if you see set work item process, so you can see all these things. So another important thing is you can see all the users here. So if I click on users, you can see all the users, and now from here you will know this person. See here this person is assigned to this particular role, responsibility role. So from here you can know where he's assigned and all those things. So if I want, I think by default everything is unchecked. You have to check this and you will know more information. So if you see this ones, this is pretty nice. So if you see this, the role that is assigned to for this particular user, he's assigned to this district manager also, which is his this role, this particular position. Okay, so it's pretty fancy. Now we do SAP help. We don't have anyone assigned. Now another way we can do is here we're doing 11, right? Yes, you can go up the chain like this in these with and objects, but here if you go by the position person, I think you can go up the chain. So let's go, let's click on this, and if you go up the chain, so here if you see this person shows, and then the position assigned position also shows. So if I click on this person shows, and this is the assigned position, and this position is assigned to the argument. So this is pretty fancy, and this is very useful. Let's go to the workflow template again. I want to see because we didn't have anything enabled. So I want to see, now you see all this. So this is the workflow template. So this is pretty fancy, and you can see all this stuff from here. So you can see all the workflows from here. I think this is a nice place where you can find all the workflows here. Uh, this is pretty slick. Now here, standard task is something again related with SAP, a workflow. Okay, so it will have probably 20 times as much task as the others, but you can see you can double click on this and it will be a TS and all those things. So it's pretty nice. Let me see whether you can search term assigned to directly or indirectly. So add plus, what is this? So I can put add plus is oh, okay. So it added something more. Okay. So here you have rules. This is also nice. These are the standard rules. What is defined. So if you see, we'll have some custom rules. We build rules for approval. This is a 9 series probably. Yes, you see this. I remember I built it in the system, so it has all these rules. So the rules, if you see the org type is AC, the responsibility is RY, and the position is S. Okay, let me show you. things here. It's very useful things. So just click find, and here if I click position, org type is S, for org structure is O, for job I think it's C. We can search. Let's see. So if you see the job is double clicking, it's C. Yeah, with a number. A person is P. Very important these things. User is US. Workflow template is WS. Standard task is TS. Task is, let's find what is task. Task is T. And task group is TG and rule is SE. So these are very important things. So we covered the transaction PPOSW. Okay. Now what we are going to cover is the next one is PPOS underscore old and PPOSA. Okay, let's do PPOS underscore old. PPOS underscore old. So here we can put the org unit and we can search for our org unit, which is this one. Mhm. And now we see the overall view. Ooh, this is nice. I like it. So here you can see all these things, user, occupied, and all those things. Now, if you click on test, what happens? Ooh, let's see. It saved its thing. Now let's go back, hit the back button. We'll see human resource view. I don't know how it is, but let's see. So this is the human resource view. Mhm. Uh, we can click on this. So it's creating this ABC analysis. So let's see. See, here it is. You see this, so pretty. I like it. So here you see the real views based on how it looks. The IT future company, the bank. So it looks very much like a pyramid structure. You see all this reporting to this. This is nice. I like it. So if I click on the overall view and I execute and I click on this, if I click on staff assignment, so here you see all the staff assignment. Oh, that's nice. So here we click this. Oh, this is so nice. So you can see the whole structure here. If you see, ooh, this is the marketing manager, the district manager, the future head of department. Oops, this is really nice. I love it. So this is pretty nice. So this was a hidden treasure that was there always. So that was fun. Okay, so you can see a lot of stuff through here, the graphical stuff. You know, HR is something that you need to see graphical. Now you see reporting structure. Okay, so here the reporting structure. You don't have that type of view, but you have the holder and it's managed by and all those things. So the reporting structure was not so interesting, but the others were good. So if you click now the conversant, the further characteristics, let's see, does he have anything? So here also required position. I click on this, choose org unit. That's this one. So if I know. So now if I click on this, you want to see, wow, it's really nice. I like it. So detail view options. So here you can see, ooh, let's see this one. We'll make it bigger. So here you can see view options. You can make following mode feathered. What is this? View options. Overview. It's different. Details. Compact. Ooh, that's nice. Feathered. What is feathered? Ooh, that's nice, really. I like it. This is really good. So you can do status oriented. Ooh, this is nice. So this is pretty. I think yes. So this is pretty. So you can, so you can see you can do a org structure thing very easily and get all the. So anyone who wants to build the org structure again and change it and all those things need to take a printout of all the org structure. Don't need to create flowchart. You can take it from SAP and it has everything built. So you can create your own flowchart if you have time. But this is looking pretty. If something is available in standard, why not use it? So this is pretty nice, and I think you can use it in your presentation and other stuff. Now, the last transaction that we are going to cover in this portion of the tutorial is PPOSA. Okay, so this is the attribute. So what I'm going to do, I'll click on this. I love this test one where we don't have to search again things. And here you can see the attributes of organization management. You can see this key user and all those things. So this is pretty nice. Let's see the attribute. What is this attribute things? So you can see, oh, you can put time management. So if I put time management, you see I was talking about your public holiday calendar grouping, personal work scheduling, and other stuff. So these things you can do. I can go into change mode and I can put the values and all those things. What happens if I put value? So if it is, oh, let's put German Hamburg. Okay, so this is the public holiday. I save it and the Germans. So your data has been saved. The public holidays calendar is 02. So they will be having holidays on German calendar. So these are very important. People think, oh, this happens automatically. No, someone needs to do it. SAP HR does it, and these are very important stuff. So that finishes this part of the tutorial. In this tutorial, we learned the basics. We created org structure. We added org unit to it. You added position to it. We made someone chief. We added. We found the managers. Then we went through all the workflows, how is workflow used, through those org structures. We found all the workflow templates, the standard tasks. We knew the different org type again. The org unit is O, position is S, user is US, P, personal number is P, rule is SE, standard task is TS, workflow is WS, and job is C. So these are the stuffs we learned. Then we found a beautiful transaction where you can get graphics out of the org structure. And this is the last one where we created attributes. The attributes we created for public holidays. You can do a lot of bunch of stuffs you can do from here. And again, the public holidays is based upon the calendar. So this is very important. And so this covers everything on this portion of the tutorial.